Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. My name is Mobby, and today we're going to open up the Ultra Deck, the 3 Captains One Piece TCG Starter Pack 10. Now, this is a very special one. This is this is more pricey, but it is bigger and it has the same amount of cards, but every single card is holographic. It comes with some reprints, but a lot of new cards as well. So every single time you buy this, it's all going to be the same. You can buy it online. I'm going to let you know, I purchased 2 from my local game store at around, what was it, 20, MSRP is like $24.99. But you can purchase it on TCG Player. It's a little pricey on there. I would think like 35 to 40 bucks. So I recommend going to either your local game store or your big 5 markets or your Targets. If you can find them in shop, it's going to be MSRP, which is very, very good. So once again, it's a little bit pricier, but let's see what's inside them. So I purchased 2 because they usually only give you like 2 secret rares of the ones you really need. Sometimes the little rares too. Also, a little bit of a bonus, since I went to the shop, I picked up some cards. Let me show you what I got. I picked up some extra Gum Gum Rocks because I like to have a lot of decks, and I don't like switching out cards. If I can make a deck complete, have it in the box, I'm happy. So I picked up a couple of those. Really important 3000 world cards. Extremely powerful blue removal. Oh, it's like super recommended, almost a staple in every single blue deck. And then I picked up some Marcos. Now, because they lifted the ban, they had a 2-day ban on like the Namis and the Marcos and even the Whitebeard leader. It's so much that Marcos dropped in price, but then they decided to relift the ban. So, it's not banned anymore, but the card still went down in price. So these were around $5 or so. Very happy to pick up 4 of these. I did not own any of them. Okay, so with that being said, let's get started. Oh yeah, so people, like I said, the ban got lifted because so many people were complaining. Because it's true, they're coming out with a new deck, and it came out with this thing is supposed to have 4 Namis, Searcher Namis that are reprints, but they banned them. So how can you freaking sell a product with banned cards? So there you go. All right, so let's see what's in here, huh? So is a little bit of a how to play. Looks like there's no mat, just a little bit of a play area. So it's like a little paper play area, not really needed. Let's just toss that to the side. So, yep, there you go. Boom, it comes with an awesome deck box. Yo, this is sick. So this is it. Woo, I got 2 of these. This is going to be great. All right, let's see what's in them. Oh, this is the same kind of deck box that comes in the other gift set, the one that just came out, the Devil Fruits Collection 2023 collection. I made a video on unboxing if you want to check that one out. Okay, so this is just a little bit of a filler. That's fine because you're jumping all over the place. Okay, I don't suppose this comes with like special Dawn, does it? Oh, it comes with a nice divider too. Nice. Check that out. It's on the back. Get another good look at the box before we put it to the side. Nice. Luffy, Kid, and Law to the side. Okay. Ooh. Okay, let's check this out. Oh my god. Woo. So this is gonna be cool because there's about a month. There's like a little bit less than a month, right? A little bit less than a month until the OP5 comes out. So these are the only new cards that are going to be coming out till then. So I'm going to be remaking some decks, putting some in those, and then totally making some new videos. So please stay tuned for new deck profile videos coming up very soon. All right, so let's just go through all of them. Oh, whoa! I wasn't expecting holographic Dawn. That's hella sick, though. Oh, that's amazing, dude. Holographic Dawns. No alternate art, but it's kind of cool. All right, so let's check out these cards. So I haven't looked at these, so I don't know what they do. I'm going to be pretty surprised. I just know a couple of the reprints, but the new cards, I didn't really look at them. Okay, so here is the new Law leader, red purple. There's 3 red purple leaders in here. So okay, activates. Once per turn, you get a -3 Dawn. Place up to 1 of your opponent's characters with 3000 power or less at the bottom of the owner's deck, and play up to 1 character with the cost of 4 more from your hand. So this is removal to put out a card yourself. This seems like a really strong card, but it has 4 life, just so you guys know. It is a multicolor, so usually they have less life. I think this is a very strong ability. I would make a Law deck, but I really don't have those Law blocker cards. But then that's green. So this is... Actually, we can make a new deck. Yeah, we're going to have to. Okay, so yeah. Here's the Luffy one. 6,000 power, by the way. 3 life. So extremely like rampy and powerful. Once per turn, if you have 0 Dawn on your field or 8 or more Dawn, add up to 1 Dawn and set it as active. So pretty much this is a ramping deck. As soon as the game starts, you go fast as hell. It's gonna be crazy. I can't wait to try this out. Next is the Kid Leader, 5005. So he's the more like, you know, balanced in terms of power and life. Your turn, if you have 4 or more life cards, give this leader 1,000. What was it? Plus 1,000? Negative 1,000 power. So he's weak at the start, but as soon as he gets hit, he's gonna go back up to 5,000. Now, when you're attacking, -1 Dawn, this leader gains 2,000 power during this turn. That's a pretty good ability too. Not too crazy, but it works out. It's only -1 for plus whatever. And you remember, this is negative Dawn, so you can essentially put the Dawn on something or use it, attack, and then you can get rid of it later. It doesn't have to be an active Dawn. So those are your 3 leaders that they primarily want you to make a deck out of. But once again, you can always, you know, just do whatever you want. Oh, these cards are so cool. All right, here we go. 10-drop red Luffy, 11,000 power with Rush. When your opponent activates a blocker, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 8,000 power or less. This is such a boss monster. This can go in so many red decks. It's like this is gonna be like super staple. This is gonna do so well in a lot of decks. So they give you 2 of those, which is why we purchased 2 boxes, so we can have 2 of those, up to 4 in the deck if we want. Nice. Next up, it's the Trafalgar Law. It's another SR. This is a blocker card, 4/5 purple blocker. When you play it, get rid of a Dawn. If your opponent has 7 or more cards in their hand, trash 2. It doesn't happen often. It really doesn't. But if it, you know, it's a blocker 4/5, so it's a Heart Pirates 4/5 blocker. It's gonna rarely go off, but it's still a good card in general. Next, Eustace Captain Kid, 7/8 on play and when attacking. So the ability happens on play, and then later on in a future turn you can use the ability again. -1 Dawn. You're up to one of your leader gains 1,000 power until the start of the next turn. This is so good. This is extremely powerful. You can you go ahead and, you know, have your character up to 6,000 during your opponent's turn. That's what it means, guys. So you can attack with 1,000 this turn, and they have to spend a little bit more power to attack your leader. This could go really well with the Luffy leader, huh? So you have 7,000 power on your turn. That's crazy. And of course, you get 2 of these. This is a reprint that people are clamoring for. It's very expensive on TCG Player, but right now everyone gets a bunch of these. Rush Zoro, baby. So yeah, once again, it's a reprint. You can even see it says OPO1, but there you go. So 1, 2, you get 4 of these. Oh, interesting. Yeah, you get 4 of those. Okay, and these were the banned Namis. This is an alternate art from OPO1. Same thing from here, alternate art. So yeah, this was banned. A lot of people were complaining, but here it is now. It's just a nice searcher. Straw Hat, other than Nami, after 5 cards. So is this 4 as well? 1, 2. Oh, we got a little sticky. Not sticky, but because they're all hollow. So these are reprints. This is a new card. 6/5 Sanji on play. If your opponent has a character of 5,000 or more, this character gains Rush. Wonder how good it's gonna be. But yeah, ST10. So it's a new card. Very cool card. Remember, every card in here is gonna be hollow. Even though this is a common, it's a hollow. Interesting. So they give us 4 of these Sanjis. Next up, we have the Jinbei. 2, 2, 2. So the Jinbei counter. And when you put them on the field, attach a Dawn and attack. Give up to one of your opponent's characters -2,000. So it's a little bit of a slow card effect, but either way, it's gonna be a good 2K counter if you don't have your staples. So sure, it's playable. They only give you 2. I can't believe they only give you 2 of these. Huh, jeez. All right, now for some purple cards. This is a 5/6 1,000 counter Killer Kid Pirate. Your turn once per turn. When a Dawn on your field is returned to the Dawn deck, KO up to one of your opponent's rested characters with 3,000 or less. Interesting. Huh. It's pretty applicable. They gave me 4 of these. meh. It's whatever ability. Sachi and Penguin. This is the first card where they're actually on the same card. I think in the green, there's like 2 different cards, like Sachi on itself and a Penguin on itself, and I think they're blockers. Okay, but anyway, 4/5 2000 counter. If you have 3 or less Dawn on your field, add up to 2 Dawn cards from your Dawn deck and rest it. So it's a okay attacker if you have to put it on the field. Other than that, 2K counter and a ramper if you really need to. If you need a ramp. So they give you 4 of these. Interesting how they only give you 2 of those gem bays, but that's alright. Okay. Next up, another Heart Pirate. 4/5 Jean Bart's 1000 counter. Okay, so on play, rest 1. Add up to 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck and set it as active. So it's a simple ramping card. Nothing too special, but a decent body. Heat. The only other heat card in the game is a green normal card. So this is actually one with an ability. 3/4/1. Heat Heart Kid Pirates. Your turn once per turn. When a Dawn is returned, this character gains 2000. So it's it's whatever on its own. Probably something you're not going to use too often. Unless specifically you have a lot of Kid Pirate stuff. Kid Heart. Okay, next up is Beepo. 4/5 good body, 1000 counter. The ability is, it's a Minx too. On play and or when attacking, if your opponent has more Dawn on the field than you, add up to 1 from your Dawn card and rest it. So this is a heavy ramping one. All these cards are ramping, or when a card is put back, something activates for the most part. Next up is Wire from the Kid Pirates, 3/3/1. It's a blocker card and once per turn. When a Dawn card on your field is returned to your Dawn deck, draw 1 card and trash 1 card. It's a pretty good effect. It's a little expensive for a blocker. You're usually not going to use it to attack unless like you want to go for the kill. But yeah, it's a decent ability. It's probably Steeples. Okay, next up we go for another new event here. 1 cost Straw Hat card. Counter up to 1 of your leader gets 2000, and then KO an opponent with 2000 power or less. It's decent. You usually don't lower the enemy's cost on their turn, so you're primarily going to be killing like really weak creatures, like a 1-drop chopper blocker or something. These are maybe plays. This is a little situational. You got to play them depending on what you're up against for the most part. Next, Gum Gum Kong Gatling. 5k main, KO up to 1 character with 7000 power or less. It's okay, For 1 more mana, you can get stuff like the Red Rock, which is 100% remove a character. This one is 1 less. So it's actually not as good as a Red Rock, to be honest. And the trigger here on this one is place a character with 4 or less to the bottom. The trigger here is up to 1 of your leaders gets 1000 until the end of your turn. So it's good if it's a decent counter if you get it early, in the round as soon as they attack. But the removal it's decent. Okay, it's decent. And besides, it's a little bit better than like the counter, for example, because it's your turn. So you can choose to put down some power too. So it can work, right? But it's not a heavy removal for how expensive it is. And now for the last one, Punk Vices. This is a Kid Pirates, ST10. Rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with 2 or less. Then add up to 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck and rest it. And there's a trigger here. Add up to 1 Dawn from your Dawn and set it as active. So, basic stuff. Not that crazy. So, overall, is it worth the money? Yeah, it's actually worth the money. You get everything's hollow. You got some pretty cool Dawns. You got a nice, cool deck box. And a lot of cards will be playable. But I feel like you don't want to... I mean, you could play the deck out of the box, honestly. But this looks like something you maybe want to disassemble and put into your other decks. Especially for the Rush Zoro. So I'm going to do a little bit of crafting on my own. And I'm going to come back with the deck for you guys. I'm going to try to not look up deck lists, and I kind of want to cook on my own and see what's going on. So stay tuned. I'm going to try to do one for all the leaders to see what I can do. And then I will disassemble and take some stuff out, because there's some really cool things I feel like I might want to put into like an iceberg deck now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, this is cool. I'm glad. It's a good purchase. It's a good purchase. Once again, it's a little bit more expensive, but you got value with the cards because they're all pretty expensive on TCG Player, plus the cool deck box. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. Are you going to be picking it up? Which leader are you excited to use? Anything at all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.